Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for another weekly energy forecast just to help us all be guided for the week ahead and help us navigate our way through. Okay, so as we do, we're going to take a tarot card out and an oracle card just for further clarity on that card. And we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So starting with today and tomorrow being Monday and Tuesday, let's choose a tarot card. That one pops up. And let's get an oracle from the lovely Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. Let's look. That one pops out. Okay, let's see what we have. Monday and Tuesday, we have the Three of Cups. Now, if you look at this card, these ladies, they are having an absolute ball. They've got glasses of wine in their hand, they're dancing under the moon, and they are happy, right? So this is all about, for today and tomorrow, just taking some time out to celebrate and to appreciate abundance and to appreciate how much we actually do have that works for us. As much as life is a bit testing at the moment with everything that's going on, obviously life is not so easy, but there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to celebrate. And if you're not feeling particularly celebratory right now, that's okay. This too shall pass, right? The situation is not permanent. Just as if you're not feeling too happy right now, that feeling is not permanent. It will change. So I'm also hearing with this card for Monday and Tuesday, try to celebrate small successes, right? In other words, if all you managed today and tomorrow was to get out of bed and get dressed and just do what you could that was in front of you, celebrate that, because that feeling is temporary, right? After that, you'll start to feel a little bit more like your normal self. So try to celebrate your small successes, celebrate the abundance that you do have. And what I'm also hearing with this card is sharing. Don't be afraid to share what you have, right? If there's anything that the situation is teaching us, is humanitarianism, to look out for one another, to help people where we possibly can, right? So if you have an abundance of something that you can share or give away, do so, right? Then with that card, how weird, time for a nap. So on the one hand we have celebrating, let's have fun, woohoo, and then on the other hand we have time for a nap. Sorry. Okay, I'm asking Spirit, what's the contradiction here? Okay. Okay, what they're saying here is that yes, we must celebrate when we can, and okay, I'm hearing make hay while the sun shines. Okay, so whatever you have to celebrate, celebrate that, have fun with it, right? And then when it's time to nap, nap, right? When it's time to sit down and do nothing, do nothing. Oh, they're asking us to become more in tune. Okay, so in other words, celebrate where you are, celebrate what you have fun in the moment while the sun is shining, okay? When the sun goes down, be in tune with that. When the sun goes down, it means it's time to rest, it's time to relax, it's time to take a load off, right? There's a time and a place for everything. And Spirit is saying that this situation that we're in now is kind of forcing us to go with nature a little bit, they're saying, in a sense where maybe we don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock anymore to go to work, because a lot of us are possibly working from home. So instead of waking up at 6, maybe we're waking up at 8, right? And then we kind of going with the flow of nature. So we wake up when the sun comes up, we work, we're busy during the day, we do what we got to do. And then when the sun goes down, yes, we can party, we can celebrate, but we can also relax, right? Another thing I'm hearing here is at nighttime, things are obviously a lot quieter, right? There's not so much hustle and bustle and noise. Everything's still. So this is really about they're saying the overarching theme for this week actually is going with the flow of nature, doing what you can where you are, making hay while the sun shines, okay? And if you don't feel like making hay right now, you can do that tomorrow, right? Just going with the flow of things and celebrating small victories. Brilliant. Okay, interesting message there. Okay, let's see what comes up now for Wednesday and Thursday. This should be good. Okay, that one pops out. It's a tarot card. Let's back it up now with an oracle. Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday we have The King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is a sort of guy, as you can look there, he has absolute opulence. He's got a chocolate cake in one hand, a glass of wine in the other. He's got his pets resting at his feet. He's got his castle and his estate behind him, and he is just so bloody well off, if you look at him. So he's got his act together, and he is self-sufficient, and he's generous, and he's giving, but he's also very grounded and practical. Okay, so on Wednesday and Thursday, this talks about, again, the theme here is abundance, right? So if you're worrying about abundance, like I think every single person on the planet is, try to understand that in your own way, there is abundance that's there, right? I know a lot of us are really, really struggling, but again, look at what you do have, right? And celebrate what you do have, because the more we celebrate what we do have, the more we become better magnets for what we want, right? And also, there's no harm in asking for help either, right? Especially those of us that love to give and give and give, we usually have trouble asking for help. So don't be afraid to ask for it if you need it, right? Spirit is saying we're well supported, okay? So, and this is also the card of the businessman, of the entrepreneur, you know, the man that makes things happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It's more an image of power, okay? So if people are worrying about their own businesses and things like that, on Wednesday and Thursday, pay attention to ideas that you get. Pay attention to inspiration, because you may feel inspired to do things a bit differently or to start something new entirely. Trust the process, right? But be assured of your abundance, okay? And back that, look at that, poised. Now the meaning of this card, if you look at her, she's a fairy standing on a pillar, and she's on her toes, and she's jumping up, and she's just so ready for action, okay? So these two cards put together are quite auspicious in the sense where this is a very good card to pull when it comes to prosperity, the career, abundance, and things like that. And poised means we are ready, okay? So we are ready to take flight and to consider new ideas and new concepts and to put them into action, right? If anything that the situation is teaching us right now also is to be more involved in our passions, and doing what we love, and possibly taking some hobbies and turning them into a business, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so it's so vital now to be more doing more of what you love as a career, rather than doing something just to get paid. Okay, that is so 3D consciousness. That is like so 2010. It's important now to be doing what you love, because when you love what you do, that vibration of love and passion for what you do is a magnet for prosperity in return. Okay. Right, so interesting, very abundant days coming up here. Lovely. Okay, let's see Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right, let's see what comes up for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that one. Okay, that's a tarot card. Let's look for more elaboration on that. That one popped right out. Okay, Judgment. Now, if you look at this witch on the card, she's playing music and she's dancing along, right? So this tells me this is a story, okay? So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you might expect yourself to be triggered a little bit, maybe getting stuck in the old story of how things always used to be, and oh, my life is the same old, nothing ever changes, nothing ever gets better. So I'm hearing on the weekend, let's pay attention to our stories. And I'm hearing Spirit say it's time to change it. It's time to create a new story, right? So if we're feeling triggered and we're thinking, oh, here we go again, Spirit is saying try not to take anything personally. Now that's easy to say. I think we're all sensitive at the moment and easily provoked. So, okay, I'm hearing loudly, just decipher between what's yours and what's somebody else's, okay? So in other words, if somebody in your home is having a bit of a meltdown, don't take it personally. It's got nothing to do with you, right? It's more than likely to do something that they're storing inside and they need to let it out as an outlet, and you just happen to be the one to trigger them. Yeah, not easy, I know. Okay, so if you're noticing meltdowns around you, try not to take it personally. Also try not to rush in to save. rather focus on holding space for that person, right? Because everybody's stories are going to be playing out a little bit over this weekend. It's not all doom and gloom, right? Things like this come up for good reason. They come up for a clearing purposes, to clear the air, right? And also, if you're feeling triggered and if you have a bit of a meltdown, right, that is okay. As long as the meltdown is not unnecessarily directed at somebody else. Okay, but do express yourself, express what you feel, and maybe just let the people know around you, give them a bit of a heads up and say, listen guys, I am feeling a little bit sensitive today. Please don't take me personally. Okay, so yeah, just be very kind and very gentle with yourselves this weekend, and just try to be not so sucked into to your story, as in, oh, here we go again, this always happens to me, you know, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, everybody hates me, nobody loves me. That's the story. Okay, change your story, shift in perspective. Okay, so we have that one. Now the card I drew for, look at that, observe. You can't make this stuff up, I swear to God. Okay, now this card says observer. Now what this means, if you look at this little fox, he's looking at the moon through a telescope. So he's not next to the moon, he's at a distance. He's taking a look at the moon from a distance. With my tongue, sorry. From a distance, okay? So what this means, again, is be the neutral observer, right? So wherever there's drama around you, if people are having meltdowns, or even if you're feeling triggered, don't get sucked in. Be the observer. Take a step back and say, okay, it's normal. We're all busy losing our shit at the moment. Okay, we're all not entirely where we want to be. Let me just be a neutral. Let me be the neutral observer. Let me take a step back. Let me see the bigger picture, and don't take anything personally. Even with yourself, if you're having a bit of a meltdown and you're feeling really crappy, let it be. Right? We're all human beings. We're allowed to have meltdowns, just as long as we don't intentionally hurt or harm another. That's the difference, okay? So maybe a little bit of drama this weekend coming, okay? But we've been given the tools here. We've been drawn to look at our story. What is our story? What do we keep repeating? Are we really hard done by? Are we really such victims? Or are we more powerful than what we think, as the Monday to Thursday cards show us, right? That we're more abundant, more powerful than what we actually think we are, okay? And I'm hearing loudly, everything comes from within, right? So shift perspective this week. Look at things from a neutral point of view. Take a step back from drama. Celebrate what you do have that works for you. And if you have an abundance of something, share it with others, right? Doesn't matter what it is. People always need something. And we always have an abundance of something that we can give away. But we can also ask for help from others, whether it be some sort of support in some way, or even if it's just a shoulder to crown. Preferably a virtual shoulder to crown, please, people. Goodness. So yeah, I hope that helps all of you for the week ahead. And let's hope it's going to be a magnificent one. And just know that we've all got this, hey? So sending you lots of love and strength, and have an amazing week ahead. Take care. Bye.